happening tonight on NewsFeed. A local club is in trouble with the state-run Liquor Control Commission.
The Dalai Lama is visiting Ann Arbor.
And we'll tell you if Ann Arbor is a good place to take a walk.
Welcome to NewsFeed. I'm Taron, Burris.
And I'm Jessie, Callahan. Thanks for joining us tonight. It's March 4th, Tuesday night, 2008.
It's a great night, and today we have Leslie Dickinson in the studio with us tonight. She's our political correspondent.
It's a very important day today.
It is.
Super Tuesday.
Let's hear what she has to say. Leslie?
Thanks, Jessie and Taron. Well, today is the election's second Super Tuesday. For the Democrats, the nomination hinders on Texas and Ohio. Texas offers 193 delegates, and Ohio offers 141 delegates. And for the Republicans, McCain has clinched his nomination with today's primaries, which included Texas, Ohio, Vermont, and Rhode Island. McCain has won all four with 1,191 delegates, which is enough to get the Republican nomination. And so far for the Democrats, Clinton has won Rhode Island and Obama has won Vermont. We're still waiting on Ohio's Democratic primary. There have been some numerous problems with the polling places today, so it may take a while to get definitive results. But so far, Clinton is up with 59% of the vote, followed by Obama with 40% of the vote. We're also anxiously waiting on Texas. Obama is currently in the lead with 54%, and Clinton trails with 45%. So it looks like we've wrapped it up pretty much for the Republicans, but it's still a close race for the Democrats. Clinton needed a strong showing in the primaries to halt Obama's momentum, although she has vowed she will carry on regardless of the outcome. Her husband, former President Bill Clinton, previously said that she would need to win both Texas and Ohio to stay in the race. So we'll see how it all plays out in the next couple of hours. Jessie and Taron, back to you.
Thank you, Leslie, for that report. Some very important stuff, and
absolutely,
it's going to determine the election, the final candidates for the election. Moving into our campus news. A recent U of M study found that improper use of prescription drugs may lead to the use of other drugs by college students. The National Institute on Drug Abuse funded the University of Michigan study, which found that 1 in 5 of the surveyed students took prescription drugs for non-medical reasons. According to the study's results, 39.7% of students only used medicine prescribed by a doctor and only used it for the medical purpose. Out of the 3,639 surveyed students, participants more frequently screened positive for illegal drugs if they had ever used prescription medication without a prescription.
U of M's residential college is getting a very special visitor next week. French documentary filmmaker and composer Bruno Monsaint-Guillain will teach classes on film, music, and language during his 5-day stay in East Quad. Monsaint-Guillain is renowned for his engaging films about some of the world's greatest musicians. He is also a writer, violinist, and composer. During his stay, the public is invited to free screenings of some of his most famous films, including Richard, The Enigma, and Glenn Gould, Hereafter. Monsaint-Guillain will also hold talks, including a special lecture with photographer Peter Turnley. He is expected to arrive March 16th.
The College of LS&A has been hard at work securing money for scholarships. The Judy and Fred Wilpon Family Foundation donated $2 million recently for undergraduate scholarships. So far, the college has raised $91 million. U of M President Mary Sue Coleman has proposed a donor challenge. She plans to match dollar for dollar what the college receives in donations. The amount of each aid package for need-based students has increased. Also, more students will be able to receive this need-based financial aid. The college is continuing to raise funds. Their goal is to raise $110 million. Coleman is pleased with the college's success so far. She's thrilled that the Wilpon Family Foundation has chosen the University of Michigan for these important initiatives.
U of M reports role of endowment in financial aid for U.S. Senate. The report will be used in order to examine how universities use their resources to ensure affordability of a college education. In her report, Mary Sue Coleman stresses the importance of fundraising as U of M's high priority. She states that even with an average increase of 6% on tuition and fees, an 11% decrease in state appropriation over the last 6 years, a 300% increase in health benefit costs, doubling utility costs, The average spent on centrally awarded undergrad aid has been 6.6% over the last 10 years. Almost $1.4 billion and about 20% of the U of M's endowment goes into financial aid. Coleman attributes this to aggressive fundraising, prudent investment policy, careful stewardship of endowment funds, and ongoing operation cost-cutting measures.
A new University of Michigan study is shedding light on intra-racial learning gaps. The study focused on elementary school students within different races. This is the first known study of its kind. Members of U of M's Institute for Social Research found significant achievement gaps within races. Many low achievers in reading catch up to their racial counterparts by the 5th grade. This was especially noted amongst Black, White, and Asian Americans. Hispanic American children showed more stable patterns. U of M researchers Pamela Davis and Justin Jager think this could stem from English-Spanish language issues. There were less high math achievers amongst all racial groups, however.
Our own Mary Sue Coleman will be joining other women and leaders in Dubai. The Women as Global Leaders Conference will be held March 10th at Zayed University. Women leaders from around the world will lecture students on leadership skills. Coleman said she wants to encourage the United Arab Emirates in their efforts to bring higher education to women. Coleman states that protection of rights to express and pursue ideas is a responsibility of her position. She added that such intellectual activity is a foundation of freedom. Coleman will be joined by other noteworthies like Jane Fonda, the Duchess of York, and the first Iranian astronaut, which was a woman.
Thursday, a 32-year-old masonry worker fell 40 feet from the U of M Museum of Art construction site. It happened around 3 p.m. and he was pronounced dead shortly afterwards. His co-workers were deeply saddened by his death. Maria Rofels, executive director for construction, gave a statement on behalf of other co-workers, quote, "Worker safety is one of our highest priorities," Rofels said. Work has been suspended at the construction site, and that will allow for unimpeded access to the entire site for a comprehensive review. The Department of Public Safety determined his death to be accidental. However, a follow-up investigation is being conducted to further validate the cause of death. And now, recently, our own Vanessa hit the street.
Yes.
She actually went to the Union. The street and the Union. You know, it's midterm still. A lot of students are a little stressed out.
Very stressed out.
Vanessa kind of found possibly a solution to all this stress or something to help students. So let's take a look.
Midterms might have passed for some of you, while others might still be under that midterm stress. However, it is always beneficial to know how to calm yourself down before a test or a quiz. Every Friday at the Union at 12:15, students can partake in a relaxation session to calm exam anxiety. The first method you can practice is called grounding. Feel the weight of your body against the chair and relax. The next step is to take a slow, deep breath. Inhale deeply, let your chest expand, hold it, then exhale fully. And finally, stop all those negative thoughts and refocus so you can go into your test completely relaxed. For more on these techniques, hit the Union every Friday. This is Vanessa from WOLV TV.
Thanks, Vanessa. Well, that's it for now. We're going to come back after their break for more local news.
Welcome back to NewsFeed. Turning now to your local news. The next time you go out to a club with your friends, you may want to choose one of the other campus bars besides Studio 4. The popular night spot currently has 5 complaints filed with the state-run Liquor Control Commission. The complaints range from alleged underage drinking, bar fights, and over-serving patrons of the 4th Avenue venue. The most recent complaint seems to reference the employee use of pepper spray on a person outside the club. According to the Liquor Control Commission policies, any bar that has 3 filed complaints within 2 years may get their liquor license revoked. The fate of the downtown night spot will be determined by the Commission in the months to come.
No funding, no progress. The City of Ann Arbor proposed to replace 2 bridges on East Stadium Boulevard. The proposal was estimated to cost $35 million, but the state has refused funding for the project. Construction was supposed to begin next year. However, the project will most likely be postponed, even though officials say that the bridges need immediate attention. They were initially built in 1930 and they do not meet the current safety standards and are in bad condition. Hamayun Perose is the head of city's project management unit. He says that the bridges are safe, but, quote, the weight of the trucks can make or break it. The State Department suggests that the city choose to only renovate one of the bridges. This would cut down on the cost, but he says it's impractical. There's no funding as we speak.
February 17, 2009 marks D-Day for the television industry, the day when old analog TV sets can no longer pull in over-the-air TV signals and the nation switches to digital mode. Digital technology provides a crisper and clearer picture. Coupons for TV converter boxes have been showing up in mailboxes across the country. The coupons work as a gift card worth $40. The boxes cost between $50 and $80 each. They're installed between the antenna and the TV to allow normal reception on older TV sets. About 1 in 10 TV households nationwide will need this converter box. In Michigan, about 1.5 million homes will have to make the purchase. If a household receives TV from cable or satellite, the converter is not necessary. The setup boxes used by those devices already act as converters. About 4.4 million converter coupons have already been requested. They are available for free by request. The boxes are now being sold in nearly 10,000 stores across the U.S.
A survey done by Prevention Magazine and the American Podiatric Medical Association rated Ann Arbor as the 3rd best walking city in the United States. Cambridge, Massachusetts, home of Harvard University, came in 1st place, followed by New York City. Prevention and the APMA evaluated more than 500 cities. Key questions of the study were how many residents walk to work or as part of a fitness program, along with the number of parks per square mile. The worst on the list are cities Oklahoma City, North Las Vegas, and Gadsden, Atlanta.
The Dalai Lama is visiting Ann Arbor. On April 19th through 20th, Tenzin Gyatso, the 14th Dalai Lama of Tibet, will be lecturing at the Chrysler Arena. Gyatso is widely recognized for his message of peace and tolerance. He is presenting the U of M's annual Wedge Lecture on sustainability in celebration of Earth Day, as well as another lecture called Engaging Wisdom and Compassion. Tickets went on sale today at the Michigan Union box office. At 5 a.m. today, the line started. By 9 a.m., when the box office opened, more than 500 people stood waiting, all excited for a chance to hear the Dalai Lama. Students, faculty, and staff with U of M Picture ID were given 2 free tickets each. Leftover tickets will be sold to the public on Wednesday.
The Detroit City Council Public Health and Safety Standing Committee met today. The topic of discussion, an amendment that would ban text messaging and other distracting activities for Detroit drivers. Councilwoman Joanne Watson, who sponsored the 2006 ordinance that banned cell phone use while driving, proposed the amendment. It would ban Motor City drivers from applying makeup, brushing teeth, eating, reading, and sending text messages, amongst other activities. Text messaging would be a secondary offense only. Officers would have to pull a driver over for another reason in order to issue a citation. There are no national, state, or regional statistics on how many traffic accidents are caused by cell phone use and other distracting activities. Councilwoman Watson believes the amendment is essential for the protection of drivers and passengers. Detroit is one of 10 cities to ban handheld cell phone use while driving. And now we have...
I know many people went on spring break, and some people probably went to warm places and came back, and it's freezing here. But then we had a not-so-freezing day yesterday, and then today, again, snow.
I know. A lot of snow right now, actually.
So Gus is in the studio. Gus, what is going on?
Thanks, Kelly. Well, the warm temperatures that we saw outside today definitely made for an easy transition for those students coming back from spring break vacations in sunny, warm locations. Now, today we saw a high of 56 degrees, but that temperature did drop very quickly throughout the rest of the evening and currently sits at 34 degrees. Right now, we're seeing some light snow outside, and stay tuned to find out more about your local forecast.
Thanks, Alyssa. Our Gus magically turned into Alyssa today.
Unbelievable. Must be the snow.
Gus had the day off. My mistake. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back.
Houston, we have a problem. What? I missed Grey's Anatomy last week, and now I'm going to be so behind. Still missing the problem here. What do you mean? We're talking about Grey's here, the most watched television show. Okay, well, I get that, but what I don't get is why you don't just watch The Entertainment Buzz on WOLV TV. They have recaps of all of today's most popular television shows, plus you can get previews of upcoming movies. Houston, we have a problem. What? I missed Grey's Anatomy last week, and now I'm going to be so behind. Still missing the problem here. What do you mean? We're talking about Grey's here, the most watched television show. Okay, well, I get that, but what I don't get is why you don't just watch The Entertainment Buzz on WOLV TV. They have recaps of all of today's most popular television shows, plus you can get previews of upcoming movies and find out what's hot in Hollywood. I mean, there's no reason not to watch.
That show's the coolest. They interviewed The Rock on that show.
That's awesome.
I'm gonna go catch the spit. Man, guys, I wonder who this week's short shot's gonna be.
We're gonna go watch The Entertainment Buzz right now!
I'm with them. Gotta go catch Grey's.
I guess everyone's going to catch The Entertainment Buzz, only on WOLV TV.
Welcome back, and Alyssa Akko is in the studio with us again today to give us a more fuller picture about what this crazy weather
is
doing to us.
Thanks, Jessie. As you can see, currently 24 degrees out right now. The snow has started to fall as those winds are out of the northeast at about 16 miles per hour. Humidity is at about 77%, and the barometric pressure is 29.77 and falling as that storm's approaching us. So if you look at our weather for today, you can see we got up to about 33 degrees. Our low is 24, not too far off from our normal. If you look at that 48 in 2004, it wouldn't be too bad to be around 50 degrees right now. So if we look at our current weather map, over here in the Midwest, here's our storm winding up down here in Illinois. This is the storm that's going to affect us the most. This one over here is going to push off toward the northeast, and the brunt of that's going to be in the New York, New England area. But as you can see, snow has already started to move into our area, and overnight we should get about 3 to 7 inches of snow. So if we zoom in on the Detroit area, you can actually see the Detroit area is going to be hit the hardest. Out to Ann Arbor, over to Detroit, we're expecting about 5 inches of snow. As you move away from the metropolitan area, expect those totals to decrease significantly. So if you look at tomorrow's expected high temperatures, you can see Detroit forecast to be about 37. Ann Arbor is going to be a little bit cooler than that, about 36. But generally, you can see that the snow is going to melt tomorrow, so this storm isn't going to leave a lasting effect on the area. So if you look at our forecast for tonight, you can see we're going to get down to about 22 degrees. Start out as a wintry mix right now, and it's eventually going to become all snow at about midnight. Accumulations are going to be about 3 inches to 7 inches depending on where you are, and those winds are going to be out of the northeast at about 10 to 20 miles per hour. So if you look at tomorrow, we're going to get up to about 36 degrees. So as I said, warm enough to start melting the snow. It's not going to leave a big impact on the area. The snow is going to be over by sunrise, and we're going to have mostly cloudy conditions throughout the day as those winds shift to the north at about 15 to 20 miles per hour. So if you look at our 5-day forecast, you can see by Thursday, about 35 degrees, but then a cooling trend after that. By Saturday, we're only going to get up to about 27 degrees. And notice every single day we have a chance of snow. I don't expect anything significant until about Sunday, but I'll keep you updated in the meantime. Back to you.
Well, that was, I think the weather department is playing an April Fool's joke on us.
It came early.
First
this
it was
year.
Alyssa, then it was Gus. We thought it was going to be a Gus, and then Alyssa. So, hey.
Who knows?
We're going to go to a quick break. We'll be right back with your sports.
Rock here. You are watching WOLV TV.
Welcome back to NewsFeed. Tonight we have Vicki DiBiase in the studio with us for all of your sports news. Vicki, what's going on?
Well, the U of M track and field team finished 6th at the Big Ten Championships on Sunday. Junior Adam Harris and sophomore Frank Shotwell each claimed titles as Harris finished first in the 60-yard dash with a time of only 6:61, making him the first Wolverine to win the dash in 26 years. Shotwell secured a heptathlon title with 5,503 points, while senior co-captain Andrew Wetster led the Wolverines in the 400-meter dash. Michigan will be in South Bend next for the Alex Wilson Invitational. And in other sports, coaches of the UM women's basketball team named junior Carly Benson to the All-Big Ten Conference third team on Monday. Benson is the first Wolverine making an All-Big Ten team since 2005 and the 12th player ever in the program's history. Benson currently ranks 19th in scoring, 12th in three-point field goals, and averages a team best of 11.7 points in 32.4 minutes per game. Benson also received honorable mention recognition along with junior Jessica Minfield and sophomore Krista Phillips, Michigan's first honorable mention athlete since 2004. And in more basketball, Michigan's women's basketball team closed its season with the 63-48 loss to Minnesota on Sunday. Michigan took the lead early in the game with an 11-5 head start and made its way into halftime with a tied score of 27-27. But the Gophers opened the second half with an 11-point advantage, making the score 38-27. Junior Stephanie Skurba brought the Wolverines up to 34 points with 12:28 left on the clock. Senior Janelle Cooper and Skurba each scored 11 points for the Wolverines, but Minnesota maintained the lead to the game's finish. Michigan enters the Big Ten Conference Tournament number 7 and will face the number 10 Penn State at the opening on Thursday. Be sure to check it out on the Big Ten Network this Thursday through Sunday. And that's all for sports. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, Jessie will have a very fun interview for you, so stay tuned.
Yes, hello? Hi, what does the G-spot even stand for?
Is it true that if you don't use it, you lose it?
Yeah, hello? About poking. Do I poke before I message, or do I message before I poke?
And welcome back to NewsFeed. We have a really important, special, fun guest tonight. I have with me Chris, Paul, and In-Young from the G-Men, who have a concert going on this weekend, March 8th. That's Saturday night. Okay. And so tell me, Chris, tell me a little bit about what this concert is all about. What's the theme?
Absolutely. Well, we are the G-Men, and we have a semesterly concert. This will be our winter concert, funnily enough. And it'll be at 8 p.m. on March 8th. Our theme for this concert is G-Men All-Male Enhancement. It's kind of a quirky theme this time. As you can see on the flyer, very cleverly, enhancement is crossed out and acapella is written over the top. We thought that's kind of a funny joke.
So
So you guys have a theme for every performance that you have. Can you guys tell me some other fun themes that you had in the past?
Yeah, sure. My favorite one was probably 68 and counting. We did that one semesters ago. That was fun.
G-Man Go Gangsta.
So what would you say, guys, G-Man, there's a lot of a cappella groups on campus. What's your style? What makes you guys stand out?
Right, well, we're an all-male group, and we're contemporary. The Friars are a subset of the Glee Club. They're also an all-male group. They're the only other one on campus. But we pride ourselves in really our versatility of our set and our ability to sound completely different on every song that we do, and our very high-energy performance, and our good looks.
And how many guys are in the group?
Right now we have 11 active members, but we've ranged anywhere from, 7 or 8 to about 16.
Yeah.
So, generally about there.
And how many people join per semester? Is this something you guys have kept for 4 years, or you keep adding on people?
Oh, we keep adding on people every year by the number of seniors that graduate and become our alumni. And this year we had 50 people trying to join, and we had 5 people coming.
So are these the costumes for the concert? Are you guys giving us a little preview? Or?
Absolutely. Jeans and jerseys are our trademark uniform. So if you see us running around campus, say hello and ask us to sing you something.
Okay, great. Thank you, guys. And when we come back in a little bit, we're going to have all the G-Men give us a very special performance. So we're going to go into a quick break. We'll be right back.
It's Rock here. You are watching WOLV TV.
Well, now we have our special guests back in the studio with us tonight. There are more of them now, and they're going to sign us out with an excellent song, some entertainment for you all. So I am Taron Burris. So from all of us at WOLV, have a great night.
Schwa do 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 wah, 'cause it's Mentos freshness time. It doesn't matter what comes, fresh goes better with life. With Mentos fresh and full of life, nothing gets to you. It's fresh, stay and cool. With Mentos fresh and full of life, fresh goes better. Mentos freshness, fresh goes better with Mentos fresh and full of life.
Mentos, the fresh maker.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for watching NewsFeed. We'll see you next Tuesday.
Bye. Bye.